12 most risky spots on the planet for some serious adventure. If contemplating it makes you energized, envision really getting it done. Here is the rundown for all experience addicts out there. Really look at this. Number 1. Death Valley National Park, USA. The theme of the film is very sensual as it shows the feelings that take place in a teenager at the adolescent stage of his life. Bound as the name proposes, Demise Valley is set apart as one of the most ominous valleys on the planet. Situated among Nevada and California, Passing Valley is the absolute bottom in North America that is otherwise called a place that is known for limits. The valley has recorded the most noteworthy temperature ever on our planet, for example 134 degrees Fahrenheit. Harry Potter entertainer Dave Legeno is one individual who lost his life in the searing intensity of Death Valley. Likewise, still a secret rocks as weighty as 700 pounds continue all alone at Death Valley. Additionally well known as Demon's Green, it's accepted just Satan can plague off in a parched and frightful put on the planet. Land with disintegrated slopes, holes, uncommon types of fish, haziest night skies, and significantly more makes it one of the difficult vacation locations on the planet. Number 2, Volcano Tours in Hawaii, USA. The hypnotizing place that is known for Hawaii is far past peaceful seashores and new flower air. Indeed, it is among world's hazardous traveler places. There could be no other spot in the existence where you will observe a dynamic volcanoes this very close like in the Hawaiian Islands. Gloating the enormous Volcanoes Public Park, Hawaii is home to one of the last dynamic volcanoes, Mount Kilauea, that has been constantly ejecting beginning around 1983. And furthermore the biggest fountain of liquid magma on the planet, Mauna Loa, that ascends up to 13,680 feet above ocean level. This public park has a course of action of magma boat visits that takes the vacationers through intensely hot streaming waterways of magma, volcanoes, magma cascades, tropical rainforests, and geographical developments. Hawaii Volcanoes Public Park has detailed numerous setbacks and passings in the past because of magma murkiness, and furthermore one can experience risks, for example, flying rocks and singing sea water. Number 3. Snake Island, Brazil. Considered as quite possibly of the deadliest spot, Snake Island in Brazil is certainly perhaps of the most risky put on the planet. 90 miles from the city of Sao Paulo, this dangerous island is home to the biggest concentrated populace of snakes on the planet. As per research, Snake Island, otherwise known as Ilha de Queimada Grande, has around 5 snakes for every square meter. It is said that snakes on this Brazilian island are venomous to such an extent that they can liquefy human tissue. Because of the very high gamble for travelers and underground market interest for lancehead toxin, the Brazilian government has rigorously disallowed visits to Ilha de Queimada Grande. Number 4, Skellig Michael Mountain, Ireland. Rough, remote, and deceptive, the rough island found simply off the western shore of Ireland is one of the perilous vacationer locations on the planet. And in many cases, boats couldn't in fact moor in light of elevated tides. While the travel industry is on ascending after this spot was highlighted in Star Wars The Power Stars, the public authority became vigilant because of the stone falls, unpleasant weather patterns, and security issues on the island. Just 4 boat licenses are conceded consistently, and a set number of sightseers have an opportunity to visit Skellig Michael Mountain. Number 5, Lake Natron, Tanzania. The risky salt lake in northern Tanzania is perhaps of the most acidic region on Earth that calcifies creatures into stones. Indeed, it's genuine. The profoundly intelligent and synthetically thick waters of Lake Natron appear to be a glass entryway that hoodwinks floating birds thoroughly, considering they're flying in unfilled space. The second they land on the lake, their body consumes in practically no time. A couple of years back, a helicopter pilot became prey to similar deception, and his helicopter crashed and was quickly consumed by the basic water of the lethal lake. The fantastic sight of this most terrifying lake draws numerous scientists, picture takers, and vacationers towards it. In any case, one should be cautious while visiting this perilous spot in Africa. Lake Natron is viewed as quite possibly of the most risky spot on the planet. Number 6. Oymyakon, Siberia. Encountering a superclimatic condition tests the perseverance level, and for that reason many individuals visit the far-off town, Oymyakon in eastern Siberia, Russia. What makes it hazardous is the way that it is forever the coldest possessed put on the planet. Likewise alluded to as the coldest town on the planet, Oymyakon is a chilling hazardous spot where not every person can get by. In 1924, the temperature decreased to 96 degrees under 0 Fahrenheit, which in itself is a record that no other put on Earth has at any point recorded. An individual visiting this side of Earth needs boldness, as even the eyelashes and spit freeze into excruciating little needles that prick the face as individuals stroll down the road. Number 7. Danakil Desert, Ethiopia. The most sweltering put on the planet, the Danakil Desert in Ethiopia is one of the driest and least puts on Earth that seems to be an outsider land. One can observe a volcano's overflowing out magma, numerous shades of aqueous fields, and enormous salt skillet that leave you stunned. Covered with in excess of 10 lakh lots of salt, this lethal desert lies at the northern finish of the incomparable Krak Valley that is isolated by live volcanoes from the Red Ocean. Investigating this hair-raising district requires driving for quite a long time on uneven, dusty back roads that start beginning from Mekelle. The desolate land is home to numerous dynamic volcanoes that regurgitate poisonous gases. Number 8. Skeleton Coast, Namibia. Absolutely stark and inhabited, Skeleton Coast is located literally where the Earth ends. The expansive coast stretches 500 kilometers between the old German colonial town of Swakopmund and the Angolan border. The name itself suggests the formidable. It is perhaps derived from the animal bones that are scattered across expansive strands and a large number of ships that wrecked here over the centuries. Adventure tour operators in Swakopmund organized day trips along the southern part of the Skeleton Coast. Predators wander the shore. Number 9. Mount Washington, USA. Quite possibly of America's most risky spot, Mount Washington holds the world record for the quickest twists on the outer layer of the Earth that has recorded speeds as high as 203 miles each hour. The solid breezes are obstructing, as well as the frigid temperatures that decrease up to less 40 degrees make the campaign to Mount Washington harder than one can envision. Additionally, known as the most risky little mountain on the planet, it is said that even the carefully prepared explorers were evaded off base by strong westerly breezes that have driven them somewhere far off from trails and streets, upsetting their protected return. Number 10. Gates of Hell, Turkmenistan. A massive man-made crater that has been burning methane gas for decades is a disaster of miscalculation by the scientists who opened the gates of hell. Literally, it was one of the deadliest decisions taken by some wise people. In order to preserve the air quality of the Karakum Desert, the scientists thought that burning off the natural gas would be a quick solution, as the fire will douse in a few weeks, and then the air quality would continue as normal. But on the contrary, the flames are burning to date even after almost half a century has passed. The Darvaza crater, or Gates of Hell, only the ones who don't dread flames can imagine visiting the deadliest place on Earth, and this is human error and not by nature. Fatal and sad. We must take legit steps to save the planet before it's too late. Though, the gates of hell have been already opened. Number 11. North Sentinel Island, Andamans. Before watching next video, tap on subscribe button and turn on notifications for get new interesting videos. Prohibited, hazardous, and brimming with secret, North Sentinel Islands in Andamans is where advancement is near nothing. No, clans here are no primates, except for they unquestionably are miles away. Truth be told, detached from urbanization. No one knows the populous sensex of the island, and the ones who attempted to work through their limit never woke up. It is accepted that Sentinelese are trackers and finders, and they get by on regular assets. Numerous episodes in the past have reduced to the way that this clan is cheerful in their restricted island, and intruders or gate crashers will possibly confront their bolts regardless of whether they need to broaden a warm hand. Peculiar, however, yes, the spot occupied by people for a really long time is far away from sympathy towards the total human race that lies past their area. Fascinating, however, many individuals have lost their lives in a perception that they will contact Sentinelese huts, and that is the sole motivation behind why human passage is completely denied to this island in Andamans. Number 12. Madidi National Park, Bolivia. Have you known about Wilderness Heaven? Madidi Public Park in Bolivia is an extraordinary model, bragging to be the most extravagant biodiversity park on the planet and furthermore home to the most noxious fauna on the planet. This public park is certainly one of the hazardous spots for vacationers. Reaching out to any of the plants filling in this park can cause serious tingling, rash, and wooziness. Any minor cut or even a little injury can become contaminated with tropical parasites. On the off chance that you are wanting to visit this Arizona magnificence, ensure you go on a directed visit under expert and thoroughly prepared travelers. Hey! Hold tight. Before you hastily plunge, note, you have to prepare yourself for a really long time prior to going on an outing to any of these previously mentioned places. Accept this as a tip from a master. Well-being, perseverance, and watchfulness are a few places where you need to really buckle down prior to leaving on a brave undertaking to these most perilous spots in the world. Thank you.